I'm the founder of Monexo. Monexo is an online peer-to-peer lending marketplace for Asia. Hong Kong is our first market and we are live in Hong Kong. The problem with the current financial system is the savers get very low return while the borrowers pay very, very high fees. And the banks make a huge amount of profit. Apart from that, the whole process is not customer friendly. That is what we are attacking and we're trying to solve by making an online marketplace where the borrowers come and list themselves and the lenders find them and lend their money by making a better return. Monexo is like an Uber of financial services. Our first product, quite niche, where we discount future rental income. And we know Hong Kong is all about property. From the age of 25, everybody's trying to buy a property and get into a rental income scheme. So we discount that income up front for the next 48 months and give it to you as a loan. Let me talk about in the next few slides how the customer journey works. Our product and our platform allows the customers to do this business completely online from the convenience of their home, from any device, whether it's an iPad, iPhone, or any Android thing, and completely online. Once they've filled their application, our cloud-based platform takes over, screens the borrower, rates them, and just does not give a standard price like a credit card gives you all 34% in Hong Kong. It does that based on the risk of the borrower. Once the listing is done, the lenders can view the loan and decide whether they want to participate in the loan or not by looking at the various parameters of the loan. So whether their customer is borrowing at a very high cost, what the debt service ratios are, and then they can make their own decision. We allow them to either buy the whole loan or they can buy in small chunks. So they can make their own book of loans just like if they would have done a mutual fund or a bond market. We ensure that the customers always feel in control. So every time they're doing a transaction, an OTP is sent out for them so that they feel that they are only doing the transaction with the security there. And immediately after the transaction, they get an email confirmation so that they are seeing their balances changing rapidly. The best part of it is we've got a third-party insurance with AIG. I think it's first of its kind. Both borrowers and lenders get an insurance cover on each of the loan here. Hong Kong is our first market. It's fragmented with 1,300 money lenders. It's growing rapidly, and it has all the ingredients being a financial hub to turn into a fintech hub over a period of time. Our business model is very simple and success-based. As we make the loan, we charge 2.5% of the borrower, and we charge 1.5% of the lender as we collect his monthly repayments. So not like a mutual fund where you are paying up front, but more on success. Finally, we made a huge amount of traction very quickly in the last 6 months, and we're live in Hong Kong. Our roadmap has Singapore, India in the near future, and we already are building our next product for Hong Kong. 3 co-founders who come from different sphere of financial services. Myself from the banking world, technology and operations, and we bring 70 years of experience in banking. Thank you, and we're trying to raise $2 million.
Thank you. Dennis, please.
Yeah, hi. Do you take any credit risk?
No, we don't.
You don't?
No.
And your question, what about regulation? What is your view on that?
I'll give you 3 key points. One, we have solved for it. We have a legal opinion from our lawyers, Robertsons and solicitors, and we looked at the legal laws of Hong Kong. Second, I think laws have always followed after the innovation happened. The regulators have never been before. And finally, we are doing business in Hong Kong today, legally.
Okay. Thank you.
one assumption I'm going to make, I'm not sure how wide this applies, but it's on the institutional money side, lending is obviously a big business, but they have their bureau systems in place that check creditworthiness before they ensure they can lend. And usually, that's what's tripping them up from accessing a wider lending market. But with new technologies coming in, and some of the people are working on this to make information more transparent, thereby allowing institutional money to increase their pool of possible lenders and still remain the middleman as shown in your first slide. Is that, in your view, a risk that will at some point flatten out peer-to-peer lending overall as a business as more institutional money pours in?
Institutional money is coming in purely because they're hungry for yield today. And it's a good thing. It allows the platform to go faster because getting small ticket money from, while it's peer-to-peer, it's much more costly. So getting a bigger money is there an advantage right now. But when you look at 3 different markets which are big, US is all about institutional money. 80% of the platforms have institutional money. But when you go to UK, it has been 80% as the consumer money. What we are seeing today is more consumer demand, and I think as we mature in a platform, we will start seeing corporate demand also coming in.
By definition, Hong Kong is somewhat of a small market compared to China or like the US, but both those markets already have existing solutions for what you're proposing. And a US company has already IPO'd and China is very familiar with it. I mean, what next, right? I mean, you have to hit that level of success for a VC to really get excited and want to move on with you. How do you get there?
We're not our only Hong Kong-based company. Our goal is to be Asia-based company. And Hong Kong is not small. 70 billion by any chance is not small. UF Finance, which has got $1 billion book, is quoted on stock exchange. So if I can do $1 billion in Hong Kong, which is international financial services, it's great. But we are already planning to launch in India and Singapore in 2016.
We have time for one more. So, this is a super highly competitive, industry, as we mentioned. So, how do you differentiate yourselves compared to the competition? And what is the secret sauce of your credit scoring system?
2 parts. One is competition. We would be the pioneer in peer-to-peer lending in Hong Kong. When I look at other Asian markets except China, there are very few companies there. So I think with the rapid pace which we are going out, we will be pioneers in most of the market. So we don't believe from a peer-to-peer lending there's a huge amount of competition. On secret sauce on credit, I've worked on 20 years myself in banking in various parts of Asia. So we bring that knowledge into this company. My partners, they've worked in technology. So we are integrating with the latest technology, including social scoring over a period of time, which we're bringing into this platform to underwrite beyond what a credit bureau can tell you in this market. So those are some of the things which we're working on right now.
You also mentioned that we saw the formula that you have for taking in and assessing the risk. What about someone who defaults or doesn't make the payments? What is their consequence as a borrower, given the fact that you're not tied to any institution?
So 4 things. First, the borrowers are all screened. They are within Hong Kong. Second, if they default, our systems do send them alert to pay up immediately. Third, we have partnership with collection companies, exactly the same companies which Amex, Citi, HSBC uses to go out and collect on behalf of the lender. And finally, which nobody has in Asia, is our insurance policy, which finally protects you there also.
Okay, that's all the time we have. Thank you, Monexo.